Welcome to my latest case, The Curse of Blackmoor Manor. To start, choose Junior or Senior Detective. If you're new to adventure games or need some help, choose Gameplay Overview. Dear Ned, greetings from jolly old England. Although right now I'm not so sure about the jolly part. That's because I'm on my way to Blackmoor Manor, where the daughter of one of our neighbors is living. The daughter, whose name is Linda, recently married Hugh Pendleton, a British diplomat. Hugh travels a lot, so the only people at the manor with Linda are Hugh's aunt, Mrs. Drake, and Hugh's 12-year-old daughter, Jane. The thing is, ever since Linda moved into the manor, her health has gone downhill. She's practically bedridden, and no one seems to know why. Her mother is convinced something is terribly wrong and wants me to find out what. So here I am, about to be dropped off at a huge centuries-old mansion in the middle of a dark, foggy moor. I can't tell whether the butterflies in my stomach are because I'm excited or just a tad creeped out. Talk to you soon. I hope. Nancy.
Night, miss, and good luck.
Who's there? Hello? There's something out there!
Where, child?
Over there! I mean, something was out there.
Come in. I'm Mrs. Drake. I take it you are Nancy Drew?
Yes, and I really did see something, Mrs. Drake. I heard something, too.
Oh, people are always seeing and hearing things on the moor at night, especially you Americans. Why don't you just go on up to your room? It's the one with the moon on the door.
I'd like to see Linda, if I could.
I'm afraid Linda is, not quite ready to meet with you just now. But please, come see me after you've unpacked. I'll be in the conservatory.
All right, thank you. John Pendleton. Wonder what goes there. Something fits in here, but what? A tripod. For a camera, maybe?
Boar's Head Pub, this is Tommy.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew.
Right. Nancy Drew, out at the old Blackmoor Manor, are you? You must be Hank Marvin up there. Pity about your kitchen, but we'll fix you up for some Becks and posh. Just tell me what you'd like.
Okay. What do you have?
We've got some loop-de-loop, bangers and mash, a real fine pinky and perky, and a delicious dog's eye, me fork and knife, just rubber-ducked. Hello?
Could you repeat that?
Sure, we've got some loop-de-loop, bangers and mash, pinky and perky, and a dog's eye, and they're all Robin Hood.
Bangers and mash.
Rightio. Uncle Fred and Johnny Rudder?
Okay.
All right then. We'll come round and leave it at your Rory. Oh, and we've got no hot potato about, so it may take a bit, but we'll have it up to you in no time. Fish and taters.
Oh, Ethel, do I have to learn this?
Yes, I'm afraid you do.
If I do well, can we play a game?
Yes, but only in French.
Oh.
I need the key. I need the key.
This is not a good time.
Oh, forget it. Stay in Italy as long as you want then. Some kind of husband you're proving to be. It's not all in my head. Don't bother.
Linda? Hi, it's me, Nancy Drew.
Nancy Drew, our friendly neighborhood detective. Well, welcome to Blackmoor Manor. I apologize for greeting you under such unusual circumstances.
And I'm sorry to have to bother someone in your condition.
My condition? What's my mother told you? What her son-in-law keeps telling me? That it's all in my head? That I'm just an unhappy new bride? That I just need time to adjust? I'm tired all the time, my mouth is dry, my vision is blurry, but that's not important. Here's what's important, Nancy. There are some doors that should never be opened. There are some doors that hold secrets which must never be known. That's everything you need to know. Now if...
Mummy, can I come in?
No, you're supposed to be in your lessons.
Lessons are over. I want to meet Nancy.
I said no, Jane.
Okay.
That was my stepdaughter. She can be such a pest sometimes. Anyway, I understand you feel an obligation to my mother, but trust me, there's nothing you can do. You're welcome to stay, but I strongly recommend that you go home as soon as possible.
I can't go home empty-handed. It might jeopardize my ace detective status. Linda? Okay, I'll let you rest, but I'll be back. I'm here for you if you need me. Hi, Linda. Okay, I understand. I'll talk to you later.
You must be Nancy. I'm so pleased you're here. I'm Jane. I know you've come to visit my stepmom, but I'd love it if you could pop by whenever you get the chance. Oh, we'll have such fun. Let's play a game.
Sure, Jane. What would you like to play?
Let's play this card game I found in your room. Actually, it's Bridget's room. I mean, it used to be her room. I mean, she died like 300 years ago. You can see a painting of her in the Great Hall. She's the one with the telescope. Okay, so you have to match up a pair of constellations. I made all the matches in 25 tries. Try to beat my record.
Nope, couldn't beat your score. That was fun. But I'd like to ask you some questions.
Sure, what do you want to know? About Mummy? I mean, Linda. I do hope you'll help. She's been a bit out of sorts lately.
Do you know why she doesn't want to be seen?
I think maybe it's because of the lady in black. I was playing in Mummy's room when she wasn't there, and when I looked up, there was a lady all dressed in black putting something on Mummy's nightstand.
Did you recognize the woman?
I couldn't see her face because she wore a cape with a hood. The lady put a note on Mummy's nightstand, but I didn't read it. That's when Mummy started feeling poorly. I don't want to think about that. Let's play a game. It will cheer me up.
Sure. What would you like to play?
Look inside the chest over there and pick a game. My great aunt said it's a hope chest, so I put my games in there in the hope someone would come over to play. We can play Bull, Constellation Match, Petroglyph Punch, Skull and Bones, and I also have a jigsaw puzzle.
You sure have a lot of games.
I love games. I want to make computer games when I grow up.
Want to play Constellation Match? How about a game of Petroglyph Punch?
This is a game I bought in Arizona. You have to make as many matches as possible. On your mark, get set, go! Fanfare, please.
Have you ever seen anything strange outside?
Once I saw my Uncle Roger's toupee fly off during a windstorm. Talk about freaky.
I mean, have you seen a strange animal outside?
No, but I have heard weird noises like this. Howling. But not like a dog howling, more like something human. I don't want to think about that. It's scary enough having to live in this gloomy place.
The lady in black you saw in Linda's room, did she look like anyone you know?
Like I said before, I couldn't really see her face, but she was kind of dressed like the lady in the Great Hall.
Which lady?
Eleanor. I know it sounds weird, that's why I didn't want to tell anyone. It's too creepy. Sometimes wonder if I just dreamed it all up. Mrs. Drake is always saying I have a rampant imagination.
I should get going.
Come back soon.
You had a guinea pig?
Yes, but it died.
When?
I don't know. I'd really rather not think about it, all right? I totally love that show. Isn't Brady Armstrong so dreamy? Total hottie. That's my family tree. Ask me anything about anyone. Go on, ask me.
Who was Manor?
He was Odo's brother.
Tell me about Simon.
He lived from 1358 to 1412. No, 1411. We don't know very much about him.
Tell me about Randolph.
Randolph the Red, so named for his bright red hair, was considered a hero at the Battle of Poitiers. For his heroism, King Edward III awarded him with the lands in the region called Penvelin. That's how we got our name.
Odo, that's an odd name.
Yeah, he isn't very exciting really, like farming and cows. His son Milo is much more interesting.
Who was Agatha?
She was a nun. I think she lived in Ireland.
Who was Marjorie?
She died when she was a little girl. It was really sad.
What did Guido do?
He made pizza. No, I'm joking, of course. I don't know anything about him except that he died in 1433 because he outlived all of his siblings.
What about Milo?
Milo inherited not only his grandfather's red hair, but his military prowess. Milo was instrumental in the siege of Caen and was awarded even more lands by Henry V.
What do you know about Cecilia?
She married the Lord of Limerick and did a lot of needlework. She had a ton of kids too, like 20. Can you imagine?
What about Jacobus?
He died when he was like 9.
And Hugo?
He had a lot of kids, and his dates were 1401 to 1466.
Who was Josephus?
Yeah, they used a lot of Latin names back then and weird spellings. He became like a priest or parson or something.
Who was Robertus?
He was a knight but died in some kind of jousting tournament. He was twins with Josephus.
Tell me about Albert.
He was very mysterious, and the people of Blackmoor were afraid of him because he knew all these scientific things. No one knows much about him, though.
Tell me about Lucia.
Isn't that a pretty name? If I have a daughter, I'll name her that.
Who was Adam?
Like he married Eve. Duh, no kidding. I actually don't know anything about him. I think he was the son of Hugo, though, but I forget.
Who was Anisha?
A nun.
Who was Jeanette?
It's Genet. I think he wrote plays, maybe. I don't know, I forget.
Who was Joan? Is that misspelled?
No, that's how they spelled it then. She got married to this duke somewhere in Flanders.
Who was Nicolina?
She died when she was a baby. I have many ancestors who died young, but Ethel said that Penvillans in general live a long time.
Who was Nicolina?
She died when she was a baby. I have many ancestors who died young, but Ethel said that Penvillans in general live a long time.
Tell me about Edmund.
He was into cows. He did a lot of breeding of cows and sheep and got some kind of award from the king.
Tell me about Edmund.
He was into cows. He did a lot of breeding of cows and sheep and got some kind of award from the king.
Tell me about Walter.
He was born in 1448 or 9. I'm kind of bored doing this right now.
Who was Marge?
I forget. I think she was... I don't know.
Who was Charles?
Charles was a famous judge and wrote very important books on law. But his boy, Garrett, drowned while he was really young.
Tell me about Garrett.
He drowned on his 19th birthday.
Who was Gillian?
She married the Duke of Ballingsford, but she stayed at Blackmoor to raise her son Thomas, who inherited the estate when his grandfather Charles died.
Tell me about Thomas.
He was Charles's grandson and wrote a lot of poetry. He also had 3 wives, Catherine, Anne, and Mary, but not like at the same time. They died and he just remarried.
What did Francis do?
He got into a big fight with his brother James and lived in France.
Who was Elizabeth?
Like the Queen of England? Oh, you mean Elizabeth, my ancestor. It's weird that she's the only ancestor named Elizabeth, since it's such a popular name.
Who's James?
He never married, but one day, when he was very old, a baby was found at the doorstep to the manor. He took her in and raised her as his own. That was Eleanor.
Tell me about Geoffrey.
I'd rather not. I'm kind of bored. Wouldn't you rather play a game?
Can you tell me about George, the one born in 1566?
He lived and died. End of story.
What can you tell me about Eleanor?
Just that she was burned as a witch, but it wasn't true, and her father, James, died when he saw her die, and then the family fled to France. I don't want to talk about this.
Who was Edward?
He lived in France with his father, Le Comte de Roquefort. He was very interested in languages and translated books from Greek and Latin.
Who was Virginie?
She was married to the Duke of Barrowbold and died in the Great Fire of London.
Tell me about Francois.
He was a dwarf and became a trusted confidant to Louis XIV. Little people often held positions of great esteem at that time.
Who was Helene?
Can we stop soon? Helene married the Duke of Bouville and died in 1760. End of story. Nigel gave that to me when I was in the library once. I think he was hoping it would scare me, but it didn't. I'm too smart to believe in that sort of stuff. I use that to make cakes for Lulu the parrot. That's why the ingredients are so nasty. Like I would eat mealworms.
Who's this?
That's my mum, my real mum. She's an opera singer. It's not like she's famous or anything, but she does live in Paris.
What is this book?
Don't know really. Ethel gave it to me. She said it belonged to my grandfather. Do you think Brady Armstrong is cute? That was written by Charles Penvillin way back in like the 1500s. When I read it, it seemed really familiar, you know?
Phew! You startled me. You must be Nancy. I'm Jane's tutor, Ethel. How do you do? Jane is very excited you're visiting. You're all she's talked about for the past week.
Wow, I feel so embarrassed. I didn't think I'd have a fan club all the way over here.
Yes, well. I'm sorry, but I'm in a bit of a rush. I need to go over some things with Jane.
Oh, I guess I'll be going then.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Nancy. Our paths will cross again, I'm sure.
There goes my cell phone. Hello?
Hi, Nancy. It's Mrs. Petroff. How is everything? Have you seen Linda yet?
Yes, and I'm afraid she seemed really depressed.
I'm just about at my wit's end. I've never known her to act like this. The last doctor that examined her said that aside from a little dry skin, which is not unusual for her, she was perfectly fine.
Why is she hiding behind that curtain?
I have no idea. When I was out there last week, I got fed up and pulled the curtain back. She threw a fit, but otherwise she looked absolutely normal. A little pale, perhaps, but who wouldn't be pale, cooped up like that? Something has changed her. Something in that house. Hugh is just as bewildered and upset by her behavior as I am. Please get to the bottom of this, Nancy. You're our last hope.
Where is Hugh?
He was called to Rome. As a diplomat, he's always being called out of the country without warning and without any say in the matter. He'd much rather be there with Linda, although...
Mrs. Petroff? Are you there?
It's just that Hugh said it hasn't been very easy for him to talk to her lately. Whenever he calls, which is at least once a day, Linda always seems to fly off the handle for no reason, which doesn't make sense. Linda has always been extremely level-headed and even-tempered. She never gets angry. At least she didn't used to.
Who exactly is Mrs. Drake?
She's Hugh's aunt. She's taken care of Blackmoor Manor ever since her brother died. He was Hugh's father. She's a bit of a character.
I noticed.
The way she spends all her time in that conservatory, slouching around, trowel in hand, murmuring to herself. You'd think she was burying something. Or somebody.
Goodbye, Mrs. Petroff.
Goodbye, Nancy. Oh, one more thing. My niece is on call and her husband's out of town, and I told her I'd go over there and babysit if she had to work. So if you call and I don't answer, that's why. Bye.
That must be the food I ordered. Bangers and mash, huh? Looks like sausages to me. This smells delicious. And Uncle Fred and Johnny Rudder are just plain old bread and butter. I'm stuffed.
Bull's Head, this is Tommy.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. I'd like to order some food.
Sure, we've got some loop-de-loop bangers and mash, pinky and perky and a dog's eye, and they're all Robin Hood.
Can I have the dog's eye?
That'll make me Gooseberry right proud. Uncle Fred and Johnny Rudder?
Okay.
All right then, we'll come round and leave it at your Rory. Baked potato.
This must be Mrs. Drake's room. Oh, it's just a parrot.
Scared ya?
No, you didn't.
Did you?
What's your name?
Lolo.
Okay, I get the point. Lulu.
Lolo.
Do you by any chance know Latin?
Quiste rogavit, bene vidi vici, semper ubi sub ubi, morituris status.
I'll take that as a yes. Would you mind translating something for me?
Fire away.
Bruma?
The longest day of the year is solstitium, the summer solstice. The shortest day is bruma, the winter solstice. Equinoctium vernum is a spring equinox. Equinoctium autumnalis is a fall equinox. Day equals night. Lulu's always right.
Bye, Bird.
Bob's your uncle. Hello.
Bye, Bird.
Lulu. Felicity, the door, the door. Who's the pretty bird in the mirror?
I need the key. I need the
You're gonna
key.
need a
I
big
need the
hole.
key. I need the key. I can't leave Blackmoor yet. Looks like a piece is missing. Looks like a piece is missing. Looks like a piece is missing. Wonder what happened in there. This must be anyone down there? Doesn't work. Probably because the well's empty. A carnivorous plant. Cool. That's probably not a good idea. Messing with her plants is probably not a good idea.
All settled in? Good. I'm happy that you're visiting Linda, but I know how much you teenagers like your televisions and loud stereos, so I must insist that you act respectfully and civilly while you stay with us. Since my nephew Hugh is away on business, I am in charge of this household. And if there's one thing I cannot stand, it's noise. Hugh's daughter Jane is staying with us and would very much like to meet you. But please try not to distract her. She has her studies and mustn't be disturbed during her lessons.
What is Jane studying?
What every British schoolgirl needs to know. All of her schooling in the States has left her with, shall we say, a cultural deficit. She's in capable hands now.
Is she privately tutored?
Yes, she is. Just as all Penvillans before her. Ethel Bossany comes from a long line of tutors that have taught many generations of Penvillans. Now, please, I really do not have time to entertain you. You may have the run of the house, but do not break anything, and refrain from mucking about with items that aren't yours. 2 rules Jane seems incapable of following. And before I forget, our kitchen is being remodeled, so our dining situation is rather unorthodox. I've made arrangements with a local restaurant to deliver meals to us. There should be a programmed number for them on the phone in your room. Feel free to order whatever you'd like.
I spoke with Mr. Tucker at the Boar's Head pub, but frankly, I'm not at all sure what he said.
Yes, his language is quite colourful, isn't it? He's Cockney, you see. My brother Alan and I loved to make up Cockney rhymes when we were young. We'd drive our governess quite batty. Haven't got a pot of glue, haven't got a pot of glue. Ha! How we teased her.
Pot of glue?
A clue, dear. Haven't got a clue. Rhymes with glue, you see.
The picture book in Jane's room. Do you know much about its history?
My brother Alan found it somewhere in the house. He was quite fascinated by it, but he'd never let me look at it.
I'm concerned about that thing I saw outside.
It was purely your imagination, unless you saw a stray dog. But I will not countenance any histrionics about this issue. We have enough to worry about with Linda. And please do not get any ideas about going outside to investigate. I do not want you tracking mud all over this house.
This place must have quite a history. Where can I learn more?
Go see Nigel in the library. He's going to write a book about our family history.
What was your brother Alan like?
He was quite remarkable. He taught linguistics and computer science and won many prestigious awards. He loved games, especially pranks, and was forever tinkering with this and that. I do miss him sometimes, but now he's gone. He died a month after my husband passed away, and ever since I've been here all alone. Until Hugh came back from the United States, that is.
This conservatory is very beautiful, but why isn't there any water in the well?
I'm not quite sure. We never really used it, but it was always full of water. That is until my brother died, and then it just dried up. Most of these plants were brought over by my grandfather. He was quite the adventurer. I remember when he brought back Lulu from the Amazon. At first, Mother wouldn't allow us to play with it because it had picked up too many unsuitable words from sailors. But it gradually learned proper manners.
Can you tell me about Lulu?
Lulu is a very old parrot. She must be over 80 years old. Please be very careful with her, especially if you feed her. Parrots have quite delicate constitutions, you know.
Goodbye.
Good evening. Who's hungry? Who's ready for some nummies?
Did you say something, Mrs. Drake?
Not to you, dear.
Fascinating piece, isn't it? James Penvellyn sculpted it in 1591, although it appears that wand was added at a later date. He was quite a flamboyant figure and never married, but one day, a child appeared quite mysteriously in the castle, and he took her in as his own. That was Eleanor, and many of the townfolk believed her to be a changeling or fairy baby. Ah yes, are you here from the agency? It's about time.
No, I'm Nancy Drew, a friend of Linda's.
How do you do? I'm Nigel Mukherjee. I'm researching the Penvellyn family, and Mrs. Drake has graciously opened the library for me. Nothing much has been written about the Penvellyns. Until now.
Why do you think that is?
It might have something to do with their scandalous history. Or perhaps it has something to do with the family treasure.
Scandalous history?
Well, having a family member burned as a witch can hardly be considered a mark of pride, I dare say. And then there's the whole business with the Blackmoor beast.
Who was the family member?
Eleanor Penvellyn, tried and convicted of witchcraft in 1650, quite the height of the witch trials here in Essex. It was rumoured that Cromwell arranged the conviction.
But she wasn't actually a witch?
Who knows? Lady Penvellyn was a rather vocal critic of Cromwell's policies and helped many of his enemies flee the country. Whether she actually was a practitioner of witchcraft is unknown, although many visitors to the manor during her tenure reported hearing strange, ghostly bells. Some even saw phantom hands floating about the manor, tolling their charmed chimes.
Tell me about the Penvillin family treasure.
For centuries, the Penvillins have been very secretive. Some believe they're protectors of a fabulous treasure, or of some dark secret.
Can you tell me about the Blackmoor beast?
It's a story that's been told for generations out here. During the 1600s, many of the villagers reported seeing a strange beast with red eyes and giant fangs prowling the moors. They asked the mistress of Blackmoor Manor, Eleanor Penvillin, to put a bounty on the beast's head. But, oddly enough, she not only refused, she forbade anyone from hunting the creature. It was rumored that the beast was Eleanor's husband, whom she had cursed for finding out too much about the Penvillin secret.
When I was walking up to the house, I saw something with red eyes that called out to me.
Really? How extraordinary. Are you sure it wasn't just jet lag?
Positive, and I heard it make this kind of growling sound.
Perhaps it was the cursed husband of Eleanor Penvillin, prowling about the moors in search of lost Yanks.
Very funny. Who are all those paintings of in the Great Hall?
Those are the Penvillins who owned Blackmoor Manor at one time or another.
Have you seen any ruins anywhere in the manor?
You mean like Norse runes? No, I haven't. I don't really know much about them anyway. Dead languages aren't really my bag, you know.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Tally-ho! Interesting. I'm researching Philippe Penvillin, and it appears that many scholars believe he was a pirate. That would explain his source of wealth. I doubt you'll find much of interest in there. They're mainly law books. Charles Penvillin was a prominent judge in the 16th century. Sad to say, he lost his son at a young age, left his estate to his grandson, Thomas. Those manuscripts are very old and brittle. They date back to the 14th century. Odo Penvillin collected most of them. His father, Randolph, and son Milo were rather more interested in military victories than in book collecting. Those are mainly Penelope Penvillin's collections of French novels. She was a patron to a raft of artists, and her salon was quite popular. She was quite the libertine, even kept her maiden name after her marriage. Achoo!
Gesundheit.
Danke. Achoo!
À tes souhaits.
Merci.
Do you mind if I use this computer?
No, not at all. But it's very old. Feel free to use mine if I'm not here.
Top of the morning to you, matey.
Bye, Bird.
Don't leave me. I love you.
Hi, Nancy.
Do you know what the password is for the computer in the library?
Yes, but I won't tell. Not unless you beat me at Skull and Bones. My friend Hugo bought this for me. It's like Go Fish, but you have to collect 3 of a kind of weird things like zombies and ghosts. You go first.
Do you have any tombstones?
Here you go.
Do you have any ghosts?
Here you go.
Do you have any bats?
Dig. Any haunted houses?
Go dig. Do you have any coffins?
Sorry. Any bones?
All yours.
Any bats?
All yours.
Do you have any skulls?
All yours.
Do you have any skulls?
You're going to have to go dig. Do you have any haunted houses?
Here you go.
Do you have any tombstones?
Here you go.
That's a match. Do you have any ghosts?
Dig. Any bones?
Afraid not. Do you have any zombies?
Nada. Any bats?
All yours. You got a match. Good for you.
Do you have any skulls?
Get out your shovel. Do you have any zombies?
Here you go.
Do you have any coffins?
Dig. Any bones?
All yours. You got a match. Good for you.
Do you have any skulls?
Go dig. Do you have any ghosts?
Sorry. Do you have any skulls?
Get out your shovel. Do you have any spiders?
Nada. Would you happen to have any ghosts?
All yours. You got a match. Good for you.
Do you have any coffins?
All yours.
Your witches, please?
Afraid not. A match? You're doing great. Do you have any spiders?
Go dig. Your witches, please?
Sorry. Do you have any coffins?
Here you go.
I got a match. Do you have any haunted houses?
Here you go.
I got a match. Do you have any zombies?
Dig. Your witches, please?
All yours.
Your witches, please?
Go dig. Do you have any spiders?
Go dig.
That's a match.
Your witches, please?
Sorry. You got a match. Good for you. Do you have any zombies?
I won. Do you want to play a game?
Okay.
You go first.
Do you have any bones?
Here you go.
I got a match. Do you have any zombies?
Dig. Would you happen to have any ghosts?
Afraid not. Do you have any tombstones?
Go dig. Would you happen to have any ghosts?
Afraid not. Do you have any skulls?
Here you go.
Do you have any zombies?
Go dig. Would you happen to have any ghosts?
You're going to have to go dig. Do you have any witches?
Nada. Any bats?
All yours.
Do you have any coffins?
Afraid not. Do you have any tombstones?
Here you go.
That's a match. Do you have any haunted houses?
Dig. Do you have any spiders?
Go dig. Do you have any witches?
Here you go.
That's a match. Do you have any skulls?
Go dig. Do you have any coffins?
Get out your shovel. Do you have any haunted houses?
Sorry.
That's a match.
Do you have any spiders?
Go dig. Do you have any zombies?
Nada.
That's a match.
Do you have any spiders?
Go dig. Do you have any skulls?
Here you go.
That's a match. Do you have any coffins?
Here you go.
That's a match. Do you have any ghosts?
Here you go.
I got a match. Do you have any bats?
Here you go.
I got a match. Do you have any spiders? I win.
You won. Good job. Okay, the password for my grandfather's computer is on his coat of arms, plain as day.
Do you think there's a treasure hidden around here?
I highly doubt it. I mean, if there were, wouldn't someone have already found it? When I asked Ethel about it, she said that it's the Penvillin name and heritage that should be treasured.
Ugh, I should get going.
Au revoir. Aren't you glad we don't have to use that thing to cook our food?
I saw the kitchen. What happened to it?
I guess you could say I happened to it. But it was Ethel's fault. She inspired me to study the oxidation rates of different kinds of cookie doughs. Only my snickerdoodle experiment got away from me.
It would be rude to use it now. It would be rude to use it now. I'm sorry to bother you again, but Jane told me about the lady in black.
What lady in black? Jane never said anything to me about a lady in black. That kid is so weird. I just don't get her.
She seems very concerned about you.
Yes, I know. I just don't know how to be a stepmother to her. She's just so strange. Look, just forget about me. You can't help me, and that's that. I'm sorry.
Linda, you have to give me a chance. Everyone is so worried about you. If you just tell me what's happened, maybe I could help. Linda, I made a promise to your mother and I plan to keep it. I'm here for you when you need me.
Hello, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Farewell.
Yes?
Goodbye.
Good evening.
Sorry, Betty, you lose.
Hello, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Farewell.
Yes?
Goodbye.
Run along.
That must be the food I ordered. A meat pie. That dog's eye thing had me worried. This smells delicious. That was really good.
Hugh Penvillin here.
Hello, Mr. Penvillin. This is Nancy Drew. I'm the one who's visiting Linda. You know, from the United States, across the pond.
Yes, of course. Are you at Blackmoor?
Yes, I am, and I've talked to Linda.
Good for you, because frankly, that's something I've been quite unable to do lately. These temper tantrums of hers make rational discourse well nigh impossible.
She gets angry for no reason?
Absolutely none. We'll be talking on the phone about the weather or Jane's lessons or something equally innocuous, and suddenly she'll be bellowing at me and slamming the phone down.
Are you sure you didn't inadvertently say something, argumentative?
I promise you, these rages of hers are totally uncalled for and quite unbearable. I love her dearly, but she's making things very difficult.
I understand that Mrs. Drake is your aunt?
Yes, Aunt Letitia. We're not very close, however. She's always been rather aloof, much more interested in being a Penvillin than a person, if you know what I mean.
Does Linda get along with her?
As far as I know, yes, although I have caught my aunt eyeing Linda strangely at times. And of course, there's the 6-month habitation clause.
The what?
According to the Penvillin rules of inheritance, the spouse of Blackmoor Manor's current owner, that would be Linda since I'm the current owner, the spouse of the current owner must reside in the manor for at least 6 months. Should she or he leave the manor before 6 months is up, ownership of one half of the estate immediately passes to the next legal heir.
And that would be Mrs. Drake.
Correct.
I met your daughter Jane.
Quite the bundle of energy, isn't she?
I get the feeling that she's a little lonely.
I'm sure she is, what with a private tutor instead of school and Linda being under the weather. And coming back to Blackmoor no doubt reminds her of her real mother. Renee and I were divorced almost 2 years ago. Jane went into a bit of a tailspin for a while, but she's come to adore Linda. She's been calling her Mummy since the day we were married.
Have you spent much time on your father's computer, the one that's in the library?
I dare say I've never touched it. Mathematics, computer science, linguistics, all the things that fascinated my scholarly father bored me to tears. He gave up on me quite early on. With Jane, however, it was a different story.
What do you mean?
From the day she was born, my father doted on her, far more than he ever doted on me. Read to her, bought her books, games. Truth be told, I was a bit jealous. He passed away when she was still a toddler, so it's unlikely she remembers all the attention he showered on her. But I do, and I still find it so out of character as to be mystifying.
It was nice talking to you.
This is an extremely busy time for me, so I apologize in advance if you call and I'm unavailable.
I understand.
Good. Cheerio. Bull's Head, this is Tommy.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. I'd like to order some food.
Sure, we've got some loop-de-loop bangers and mash, pinky and perky and a dog's eye, and they're all Robin Hood.
I'll have some loop-de-loop.
Okay, 1 loop-de-loop. Uncle Fred and Johnny Rudder?
Okay.
All right then, we'll come round and leave it at your Rory. Baked potato.
I need something else for this. I need something else for this. Hi, Linda.
Nancy? I can't believe you're still here. I thought for sure that maybe you can help me.
I know I can help you. Just tell me what's wrong.
I haven't told anyone what I'm about to tell you. Mostly because what happened is all my fault. I should have listened, but I didn't.
What's all your fault?
One day after Hugh left for Rome, I inadvertently discovered a secret passageway. I started to explore it. And pretty soon, I found this really old-looking message etched into the wall. When I read it, I realized it was some kind of ancient curse. I tried to laugh it off, but it was kind of unnerving. So I went back to my room and found a note on my nightstand. And on it was written the exact same curse. That very night, I started to feel strange. The curse has been coming true ever since.
Where is the secret passageway?
I can't tell you that. I've already caused my own doom. I won't do the same to you.
Can you tell me what this curse said?
I burned it as soon as I read it. I don't know why I bothered telling you this. You can't do anything for me. I should have listened, but I didn't. And now what's done is done.
How well do you get along with Jane?
I've been giving it the old college try, believe me. But she can just be so strange sometimes.
How so?
She'll just do the oddest things. Like one night just after Hugh left, she came into my room and insisted I read a book to her.
That doesn't sound very odd to me.
The book was on monsters, vampires and werewolves and witches. I mean, what kind of little girl reads books like that? She fits right into this house, that's for sure.
I'll see you soon.
Please.
She's probably sleeping.
Yes?
Goodbye.
Good evening. Yes?
Goodbye.
Run along.
Looks like John Pendleton may have developed some of the plants that are in here himself. Anyone down there? That must be the food I ordered. Ah, loop-de-loop, otherwise known as soup. This smells delicious.
Bull's Head, this is Tommy.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. I'd like to order some food.
Sure, we've got some loop-de-loop bangers and mash, Pinky and Perky and a dog's eye, and they're all Robin Hood.
I'd like some Pinky and Perky, please.
Good choice. Uncle Fred and Johnny Rudder?
You bet.
All right then, we'll come round and leave it at your Rory. Baked potato.
The key fits, but it won't turn. turn. I need to put some kind of grease in there first. Hey, maybe I should try feeding it something. That must be the food I ordered. Looks like Pinky and Perky is turkey. I knew that. This smells delicious. I'm stuffed. This'll loosen things up in there. She's probably sleeping.
Welcome, my adventurous friend. Don't tell my sister, but there are ghosts in Blackmoor Manor. 13 of them to be exact. The problem is they're very shy, so they only come out when it's very late at night, usually just after midnight, and even then they only show up in quiet places, like the Great Hall, and the hallways and the conservatory. What's worse, they'll only come out for a very short period of time. But if you can find and touch all 13 ghosts in the time you're allotted, come back here and I'll give you a prize, one which I guarantee you'll enjoy. So who's ready to go on a ghost hunt? Oh dear, my watch tells me that the ghosts are not likely to show up right now. Come back between midnight and 4 a.m. Farewell till then. go on a ghost hunt. Remember, you mustn't waste any time. Our little chums won't stay visible for long. So, on your mark, get set, go!
Got one. Three down, 10 to go. Down, 3 to go.
Felicity, the door! The door! And the winner is Lulu. You're gonna need a bigger boat. You're gonna need a bigger boat. And the winner is Lulu. pretty bird in the mirror?
Sorry, time's up. Looks like you weren't quite fast enough for our bashful little friends. Better luck next time. Farewell till then. So who's ready to go on a ghost hunt? Remember, you mustn't waste any time. Our little chums won't stay visible for long. So, on your mark, get set, go!
Got one. Three down, 10 to go. Ten down, 3 to go. There, ghost number 13.
Congratulations, you're one of the few people who have seen the 13 ghosts of Blackmoor Manor. As a reward, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. But a word to the wise, if you're wearing a hat, hang on to it, have fun!
And the winner
I need the key.
Polly is a stupid bird. Polly is a stupid bird. Say goodnight, Gracie.
What's that supposed to mean?
Everyone's sleeping. Go to your room and set your clock.
What time do most people get up around here?
6 a.m. 6 a.m. Set your clock for 6 a.m. Sweet dreams. Who's the pretty bird in the mirror? And the winner is Lulu.
What is that? Oh, maybe I'd better have a look around.
You're gonna need a bigger bowl. Pay no attention to the bird. Say goodnight, Gracie. Felicity, the door! The door!
Sorry, chum. The Bull's Head pub is closed. Ring us back after 8 come day's dawning.
What's that?
Sweet with her eyes so bright, looks toward heaven at midnight. On the longest night of year, that's the one she holds most dear. Starry friends, she's often heard to say, how I wish that I could make you stay. She knows though they can't remain, time will bring them round again.
How are you doing? Linda? I'll be going now.
Yes?
Goodbye.
Good day.
Wow, I did great! Too bad Nigel's not here to see my score. Looks like a piece is missing.
Sorry, chum. The Bull's Head pub is closed. Ring us back after 8 come day's dawning. Bull's Head, this is Tommy.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. I'd like to order some food.
Sure, we've got some loop-de-loop bangers and mash, pinky and perky and a dog's eye, and they're all Robin Hood.
Bangers and mash.
Rightio, Uncle Fred and Johnny Rudder.
You bet.
All right then, we'll come round and leave it at your Rory. Baked potato.
Do you mind if I make something?
Go right ahead. Hi, Nancy.
Do you know of any secret passageways in the manor?
I found one, but all it did was lead to this funny picture.
Do you think you could show me where the passageway is?
Wouldn't you rather play a game with me? I'm so bored.
I'll play a game with you after you show me the passageway.
No, we'll play a game, and if you win, I'll tell you where it is. I got this at this really neat museum in the States. It's supposed to be an original Maya game, but don't worry. You don't have to, kill people or take their hearts out or anything. It's really easy to play. You roll the corn and move your warrior the number of dots on the corn. If no dots, then you get to move 5 spaces. You get 2 turns, but you can pass on your second turn. You just keep on going down this track, and you can capture my person if you land on him. Whoever gets all the warriors wins. I'll be blue. Here we go.
You can go.
You can go.
Your turn.
Pass.
Your turn. Oopsie. Your turn.
You can go.
Gotcha. Your turn.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Pass.
Your turn.
Another warrior bites the dust.
You can go.
You can go.
Your turn.
Pass.
I pass.
Your turn. Oh no!
You can go.
You can go.
You can go.
Pass.
I pass.
Pass.
I pass.
Your turn.
You can go. Oopsie. You can go.
You can go.
You can go.
You can go.
Gotcha. Your turn.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Pass.
I pass.
Pass.
You can go.
Ha! Too bad, so sad. Too bad, you lose. Do you want to play a game?
Sure.
Here we go.
You can go.
Pass.
I pass.
You can go.
Your turn.
Ha!
Your turn.
Your turn.
You can go.
Pass.
I pass.
Sorry.
Your turn.
Pass.
All right. Your turn.
Another warrior bites the dust.
Your turn.
Your turn.
You can go.
Pass.
Your turn.
Another warrior bites.
I'll get you next time.
Too bad, you lose. Do you want to play a game?
Maybe some other time. I'll see you later.
Toodles. Hi, Nancy.
Have you ever heard anything strange at night that sounds like chanting?
No.
Let's play that bull game.
Cool. I'll be blue. Here we go.
Your turn.
Pass.
You can go.
Sorry.
Your turn.
Ha!
Your turn.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Pass.
I pass.
You can go. Oh no.
Your turn.
Pass.
I pass.
Your turn.
You can go.
You can go.
You can go.
Pass.
Your turn. Oopsie. You can go.
You can go.
Gotcha. Your turn.
Pass.
I pass.
You can go.
Your turn.
Your turn.
You can go.
Pass.
I pass.
Sorry. Too bad, so sad. Too bad, you lose. Do you want to play a game?
Sure.
Here we go.
Your turn.
Your turn.
You can go.
Pass.
I pass.
Pass.
Your turn.
Another warrior bites the dust.
You can go.
Another warrior bites the dust.
You can go.
Pass.
I pass.
Your turn.
You can go.
Pass.
I pass.
Your turn.
You can go.
Pass.
I pass.
You can go.
Your turn.
Pass.
I pass.
You can go.
Gotcha. Your turn.
Pass.
I pass.
You can go.
You can go.
You can go.
You can go.
You can go. Oh no!
Your turn.
Pass.
I pass.
Pass.
I pass.
Pass.
I pass.
Pass.
I pass.
Your turn. Oh no!
Your turn.
Pass.
I pass.
Ha!
Your turn.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Pass.
I pass.
Your turn.
You can go.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Pass.
I pass.
You can go.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Gotcha. I win.
Okay, I found the secret passageway in the East Hall. That's the hall with the coat of arms on the door. But it's not a very exciting secret passageway. You're going to be totally bored. Wouldn't you rather play a game with me instead?
The East Hall is locked. Do you know how I can get in it?
My great aunt took the key. She probably thought I'd break something in there. But I found another one. Here, you can keep it if you want.
I should get going.
Au revoir.
Pay no attention
I
to
need
the
the
bird behind the
key.
curtain.
Hello?
Hi, Ned.
Hey, Nancy.
Just wanted to let you know I got here safely.
So how's Blackmoor Manor?
A little on the spooky side.
How's Mrs. Petrov's daughter?
A little on the spooky side.
Which means?
It's just very strange. She stays in bed hiding behind this curtain all day.
Do you have any idea what the deal is?
She thinks she's been cursed.
Cursed? What do you mean?
She saw this ancient curse in a secret passageway, and now she thinks it's coming true.
Yikes, that's kind of nuts.
Frankly, as creepy as this place is, I'm beginning to wonder.
So what'd the curse say?
She refused to tell me.
Sounds to me like you'd better give finding that out your top priority.
Linda's stepdaughter, Jane, she has this really weird picture book in her room.
What do you mean, a picture book?
I mean, pictures are all that's in this book. No words, just these strange hand-drawn images. And the book is old, like it's been around for centuries.
Drawings, huh? Maybe it's some kind of an ancient instruction manual. You know, for people who didn't know how to read.
Could be. When I asked her about it, Jane said her grandfather gave it to her. And then
what?
And then she changed the subject.
Sounds like that book may prove to be pretty important.
Apparently, each of Jane's ancestors had different coats of arms.
Really? That's odd. You'd think there would be just one coat of arms for the whole family.
Believe me, the Penvillin family is nothing if not odd. Each coat of arms includes very distinct images and symbols.
Wonder why they're so different.
It's a long story, but I'm beginning to think that each Penvillin left behind a puzzle, and that his or her coat of arms contains clues to solving that puzzle.
Makes sense. I mean, in an oddball Penvillinian sort of way.
I'll talk to you soon.
I'm already looking forward to it.
This is Paliki.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew. Could I ask you some questions about lycanthropy?
I'm sorry, I'm about to leave for a seminar and I'm very busy. Besides, I've written 2 books and 12 articles on the subject. If you have questions, perhaps you should try reading one of them.
I did. That's how I got your number.
Well, if you didn't understand something, I'm afraid I really don't have time to explain it to you.
I understood everything. It's just that I know someone who seems to be exhibiting some of the symptoms of lycanthropic
metamorphosis? Well, that's different. Talk to me.
What do you consider to be the definitive signs that someone is turning into some kind of animal?
Symptoms are relatively subtle. A dry mouth, fatigue, impaired vision, and reduced blood flow to the skin. Is this person pale?
Yes, but the really disturbing thing is she won't let anyone see her. She just lies in bed all day behind this curtain.
And at night, what does she do at night?
I can't be sure, but I do know that I saw something outside the night I arrived, some kind of animal. And when I asked to see my friend, I was told she was unavailable.
This sounds very promising.
You don't really believe she's turning into some kind of creature, do you?
Young lady, I believe the human mind is capable of far more than we can ever imagine. Pale skin, dry mouth, fatigue. The human mind is perfectly capable of causing the body to exhibit such symptoms, if it is so motivated.
What would motivate someone to turn into an animal?
Most lycanthropes are under a great deal of stress, due perhaps to the death of a loved one, marriage, divorce, a relocation, that sort of thing. They're emotionally vulnerable, which means they're particularly open to the power of suggestion.
You lost me.
Somehow, they get it in their head that they're destined to take another form. They see something, they read something, someone says something to them. Somehow, they come to believe they're supposed to undergo a physical metamorphosis, and so, in their weakened psychological state, they do.
Do you think seeing an ancient curse would be enough to send someone, over the lycanthropic edge?
Absolutely. Of course, a person cannot morph into XYZ if that person has no idea what XYZ is. She has to have some prior knowledge of the creature she thinks she has been condemned to become. A book, a website, a movie, a play, a casual anecdote, any number of things could provide her subconscious brain with clues as to how she is to look, feel, and behave in her altered form.
Are temper tantrums symptomatic of lycanthropy?
There are no hard and fast rules when it comes to lycanthropy, or almost anything else for that matter. But if someone believes that what they're changing into is irrational, or has a bad temper, then they will exhibit irrational, ill-tempered behavior, especially if this is contrary to their former nature.
Thanks for your time.
Good day.
Hello, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Farewell.
Yes?
Goodbye.
The pleasure is all mine, child.
How are you doing? Linda? I'll be going now.
Hi, Nancy.
How do I get into the secret passageway in the East Hall?
I don't know why you have to go there. But if you must know, the way I got in was by moving the hands on that statue with all the arms. I was just playing around with them when this secret door just suddenly appeared.
I should get going.
Ta-ta!
And the winner is Lulu. Paid off.
The hands move.
Hello, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Farewell.
Looks like a piece is missing. I need something else for this. Looks like a piece is missing. Looks like a piece is missing.
Polly is a stupid bird. Polly. Uh-oh. Not good. Stay away. Stay away.
What's not good?
Behind you. Don't look. Don't look.
What's behind me?
Don't look. Don't look.
I'm not falling for that. There's nothing there, Lulu.
Nothing there. Fooled ya.
Bye, bird.
Hello.
Bye, bird.
Lulu. And the winner is Lulu. And the winner is Lulu. And the winner is Lulu. The time has come for closing ball.
How are you doing? Linda? I'll be going now. That must be the food I ordered. I'm hungrier than I thought.
Yours, Head. This is Tommy.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. I'd like to order some food.
Sure, we've got some loop-de-loop bangers and mash, pinky and perky and a dog's eye, and they're all Robin Hood.
Can I have the dog's eye?
That'll make me Gooseberry right proud. Uncle Fred and Johnny Rudder?
You bet.
All right then, we'll come round and leave it at your Rory. Baked potato! Hugh Penvillin.
Hello, Mr. Penvillin. It's Nancy Drew again.
Yes, good to hear from you. I am a bit pressed for time, however.
What do you know about the Beast of Blackmoor?
Pure medieval fiction, the product of little minds in an era of dangerously little education. I have forbidden Ethel to so much as mention it to Jane. Where did you hear about it?
The man doing research in the library, Nigel Mukherjee?
Another of my aunt's ideas. The fact that the Penvillins have never had a book written about them has been a perpetual source of social embarrassment for her.
How long has he had access to the library?
For months now. Not that he's much of a bother. He's quiet as a church mouse, and he never seems to set foot out of the library. He was recommended by a friend, and he has assured us over and over that the book he publishes will cast only a positive light upon the Penvillin name. Although, come to think of it, I never have seen the contract he agreed to sign, which was to put that promise in writing.
It was nice talking to you.
Do keep me posted.
Hi, Nancy.
I should get going.
Toodles.
How are you doing? Linda? I'll be going now.
Hello, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Valet. Hello, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Valet.
Yes?
Goodbye.
The pleasure is all mine, child.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Petroff. It's Nancy Drew.
What's happened? How's Linda?
She's fine. I mean, she's no worse, at least as far as I can tell.
That's good news, I suppose. What can I do for you?
Did Linda say anything to you about finding a secret passageway?
No. Linda told you she found a secret passageway?
Yes. Do you think she wasn't telling the truth?
I don't know. Given her fragile state of mind, what's true and what she thinks is true may well be two different things, that's all.
When you were here visiting Linda, did you ever see or hear anything odd?
Yes, Mrs. Drake. Why do you ask?
Blackmoor Manor looks like the kind of place that most people would assume is haunted, don't you think?
Frankly, I was too worried about Linda to take notice of much of anything there. Except that most of the rooms I saw looked like they'd been decorated by a medieval monkey.
Goodbye, Mrs. Petroff.
Take care.
Hello, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Farewell.
Yes?
Goodbye.
The pleasure is all mine, child.
That must be the food I ordered. This smells delicious. That hit the spot.
Bull's Head, this is Tommy.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. I'd like to order some food.
Sure, we've got some loop-de-loop bangers and mash, pinky and perky and a dog's eye, and they're all Robin Hood.
I'd like some pinky and perky, please.
Good choice. Uncle Fred and Johnny Rudder?
You bet.
All right then, we'll come round and leave it at your Rory. Baked potato. Hugh Penvillin.
Hi, Mr. Penvillin.
Nancy, how can I help you?
It was nice talking to you.
Anytime.
I need something else for this. I need something else for this. are you doing? Linda? I'll be going now. Looks like a piece is missing. Looks like a piece is missing.
Felicity! The door! The door!
Looks like a piece is missing. That must be the food I ordered. I'm hungrier than I thought. I need something else for this. I need something else for this. She's probably sleeping.
Brigitte with her eyes so bright,
I don't want to disturb
looks
them.
toward heaven at mid.
Hello!
Bye, bird.
Cheerio! Hello!
Bye, bird.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
How are you doing? Linda? I'll be going now.
And the winner is Lewis.
If I want to look around in there, I'm going to need a flashlight.
Who's the pretty bird in the mirror?
Breeze.
Head. This is Tommy.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. I'd like to order some food.
Sure, we've got some loop-de-loop bangers and mash, Pinky and Perky and a dog's eye, and they're all Robin Hood.
Bangers and mash.
Rightio, Uncle Fred and Johnny Rudder.
You bet.
All right then, we'll come round and leave it at your Rory. Baked potato.
So, did you find what you were looking for in that secret passageway?
Let's just say you live in a very interesting house.
I don't want to hear. It's so scary to think people can be looking about behind these walls. But you shouldn't tell anyone about them either. If you do, they'll probably close them off and say they're too dangerous.
Do you have a flashlight?
A flashlight? Oh, Nancy, flashlight is an American term. In the UK, we call it a torch. I don't have one, but I do have a whole bunch of glow sticks. If you want one, you have to play a game with me. That's the rule. On your mark, get set, go! You're so very good. Here's your glow stick. If this one goes out, I'll let you play for another one.
I should get going.
Au revoir.
Who was Helene?
Can we we stop soon? Helene married the Duke of Bouville and died in 1760. End of story.
Who was Frederic?
He was a soldier for the French. He was killed in the War of Spanish Succession in July of 1702.
Tell me about Corbin.
I don't know. He doesn't have a coat of arms in the Great Hall because he didn't live here. Wasn't even a British subject, that's all I know.
What about Cullen?
Oh, this is so cool. They say he was a spy for England even though he lived in France. Isn't that so very? I'd like to be a spy.
Who was Théophile?
He lived most of his life on the island of Mauritius and discovered like 1 million plant species.
And Philippe?
He made a fortune in the New World and bought back most of the lands that were confiscated by Cromwell.
Tell me about Brigitte, the one who was born in the 17th century.
She was absolutely mad about cricket, the game, not the insect. She actually saw the first cricket match in 1744. Personally, though, I can't stand the sport.
It looks like George and his brother Henri died in the same year. What happened?
They were lost at sea. I guess they traveled a lot to Canada, especially to Oak Island.
It looks like George and his brother Henri died in the same year. What happened?
They were lost at sea. I guess they traveled a lot to Canada, especially to Oak Island.
Who's Penelope?
I don't know much about her except that she was very loved by practically everyone in England, and there were 1 million poems written about her. If I have a boyfriend, I'd never let him write a poem about me. Ugh.
Who's Marianne?
She got shipwrecked on this deserted island with a whole bunch of yahoos, and they wrote a story about it. Yeah, that's it.
Tell me about Jean.
Hello, it's pronounced Jean. He was killed by a boar on a hunting trip. They eat people's flesh, you know? No, I'm kidding. But he really did get killed by a boar. Serves him right, though, for hunting some poor little animal.
What do you know about John?
He was an opera singer, just like my mum. He sang in some Mozart operas, I think.
Tell me about Martha.
She was completely daft. She'd wear really bizarre outfits, and she was one of the first women to ride on a steam train.
Who was Peter?
Let's see. He had a wooden leg, and he was attacked by wolves once. That's all I remember.
Tell me about Brigitte, the one born in 1759.
She never married and was bonkers for astronomy. She adopted her sister's son, Richard, who later got killed at Waterloo.
Who was born in 1763?
That was Isabel. She wrote many letters about the French Revolution and actually saw Marat's dead body in the bathtub. Talk about gross!
Who was Jacques?
Don't laugh, but he invented the lawnmower bag in 1831. I swear I'm totally not making this up.
Tell me about Richard.
He died in Waterloo fighting against Napoleon.
Who was Caroline?
Caroline was a chemist and helped identify the element lanthanum. I'm not sure what the element does. I think it's a heavy metal.
Tell me about Edward, the one from the 19th century.
He was a big explorer and went all over the world. He wasn't very close with his son, who was also an explorer. They'd only see each other by chance in weird remote places like Samarkand and Walla Walla.
Who was the William who died so young?
He was Edward's little brother. He named his son after him.
Were Cassandra and Hector twins?
Uh-huh. Cassandra was totally obsessed with lawn tennis and was one of the first people in England to have a court installed at her home. Hector was the first ball boy.
Were Cassandra and Hector twins?
Uh-huh. Cassandra was totally obsessed with lawn tennis and was one of the first people in England to have a court installed at her home. Hector was the first ball boy.
Who was William?
He was an explorer, just like his father. He was kind of a whiner, so I heard.
What did Sophia do?
She was a big collector of Impressionist artwork, but most of it was destroyed in a fire.
Tell me about Arthur.
He lived in the Wild West in the Americas and was a bandit with El Diablo's gang.
Who was Cynthia?
I don't know. I'm kind of tired right now.
Wow, Catherine sure lived for a long time.
She lived the longest of any Penvillain. I hope I live that long, but not if I'm all like creaky and cranky.
Tell me about Rose.
It's a real sad story. She and her granddaughter Rachel lived in France during the war and were killed.
Who was John, the one who was born in 1873?
He was this huge naturalist and did a lot of exploration in the Amazon. I think there's a plant named after him. Or maybe a monkey, I forget.
Tell me about Obadiah.
He lived in the US for most of his life and married this weird woman named Eustacia. She's still alive and sometimes calls us. She's totally creepy.
Who was Rachel?
She died in France during the war. I guess she worked for the French resistance.
Who is Malachi?
He was a doctor of medicine and did a lot of research on icky skin diseases. Happily, I'm blessed with perfect skin.
Who was Esther?
Esther Penvelin Romberg, born in 1897 and died in 1951. Her friends called her Polly.
What did Nahum do?
He died in the flu epidemic.
What do you know about Letitia?
Loves plants, hates noise. You can ask her about it. She's usually in the conservatory with her plants.
Who is Alan?
He was my grandfather, but I didn't know him because he died when I was little. I guess he was nice. Hi, Nancy.
I should get going.
Come back soon.
Hello, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Goodbye.
Yes?
Would you have a torch that I could borrow?
No, I'm afraid not. Jane ruined all of ours with some sort of experiment she cooked up. But I believe she may have some of those glow sticks for illumination.
Goodbye.
Run along. Aren't you the pretty spice plant?
Linda? I'll see you soon.
Goodbye.
That must be the food I ordered. This smells delicious.
Hugh Penvelin.
Hi, Mr. Penvelin.
Nancy, how can I help you?
Are you aware that those columns in the Great Hall can be opened up?
The columns in the Great Hall open up. Why on earth would they do that?
I'm not sure yet.
And more to the point, what do the columns in the Great Hall have to do with Linda?
I'm not sure about that either.
My mother-in-law's counting on you to find out what's wrong with Linda. I'm counting on you. Linda's counting on you. I do hope you won't allow yourself to get distracted.
It was nice talking to you.
Do keep me posted.
That doesn't look like a curse. Barber, and a picture of a parrot. I wonder if Lulu has something to do with this.
Polly is a stupid bird. Polly is a stupid bird.
Linda, I found the secret passageway. Jane told me where it is, but I didn't see any curse in there.
How could you have missed it? It was right there, just waiting to be found, wanting to be found. I can't believe how foolish I was. That stupid gargoyle. I hated how its evil eyes would stare at me whenever I walked to my room. So I moved it around, changed its position, kept fiddling with it. But when that secret door suddenly opened, I couldn't resist going in there.
Which gargoyle is this?
What do you mean, which gargoyle? I thought you said you found the secret passageway.
So there's more than one. Linda, I think someone's trying to scare you off. I think they thought you were getting too close to something that's hidden in this house.
You're right. I did get too close to something. That witch that was burned at the stake. She's cursed me, and she's probably cursed you too.
I'll see you soon.
I hope so.
I'll bet that's like something tells me I better not mess with this until I know what I'm doing.
Hi, Nancy.
Which Penvillin had his portrait painted with a gargoyle?
Don't really know.
I should get going.
Ta-ta.
Hello, Nancy.
Who is the man in the Great Hall with a gargoyle?
That's Corbin Penvillin, born in 1670 and died in 1741, I believe. He was Eleanor's grandson and spent his life in France. It was rumored that he secretly returned to Blackmoor to continue his grandmother's experiments in the mystical arts.
Where can I find his coat of arms?
I didn't realize you were so interested in Penvillin history. I'd be happy to show you his coat of arms, but I'm in dire need of a typist. Perhaps, if you can help me out, I can find that which you seek.
It's a deal. What do you want me to do?
Perhaps first we should see how fast you type. This program will rate your speed. Just type the characters that appear on the screen. If you're good enough, I'll let you type up my memoirs, and then I'll let you see the coat of arms. Excellent score! Now, here's what I'd like you to type up. These are my memoirs. I think you'll find them quite interesting.
These are the most boring memoirs I've ever read in my life. Phew, done. Finally. I feel like I've been typing forever. Nigel! Nigel! key without toil, no fire without oil. No key without toil, no fire without oil. No key without toil, no fire without oil. No key without
What are they
toil, no
doing?
fire without oil.
Oh yeah, my actions ensure that my name will endure to the end. Penbelen.
That was a little creepy.
I did it perfect that time, didn't I? Well, almost perfect.
You did very well. But remember, this must remain a secret. Do not discuss it with anyone.
Yes, Ethel.
And don't forget, you have a maths exam tomorrow.
Yes, Ethel.
And be sure to brush your teeth.
Yes, Ethel. Good night.
Smells like oil. I can see into Linda's room. Only the blameless shall pass here. All others shall transform into beasts. Tooth and nail shall grow long, and hair shall turn coarse, till their aspect be as loathsome as their cold hearts. Prove thy worthiness, and memorialize here the innocent one so wrongly condemned for saving lives. Else consider thyself right and truly cursed. It looks like the rest of this grid is on the other side of the wall.
Felicity. Good dog. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Linda? Tell me again how you opened up that secret passageway.
Not on your life. I've already said too much.
Is there anything I can get for you?
A well full of nice cold water sounds good. My mouth is so dry and I always seem to be thirsty. And I get so hungry. You should go.
Why?
I said go. Now! Get out! Do you hear me? Get out!
Hi, Linda. Linda? I'll be going now. Hi, Linda. Okay, I understand. I'll talk to you later.
Hello.
Does the word barber mean anything to you?
What's the magic word?
Please?
Ding. Sorry, that is incorrect. Lulu, what magic word? Magic word, magic word, magic word. A deal's a deal.
The word annoying comes to mind.
Ding. Sorry, that is incorrect. Magic word, magic word, magic word. A deal's a deal.
Okay. I guess I'll go try to figure out what the magic word is.
Cheerio. The time has come for closing books.
Yes?
I think Ethel is trying to recruit Jane into some kind of secret society.
Oh, for heaven's sake, child. Where did you ever get such nonsense?
I saw Ethel and Jane performing this ritual in the Great Hall in the middle of the night.
Poppycock! A ritual in the middle of the night? Young lady, I will not abide such wild stories. Imagine Ethel Bossany recruiting my grandniece into some kind of secret society. Next thing you'll be saying Linda has been cursed by some roving spirit, or that we have ghosts prowling about.
Do you know anything about Lulu's magic word?
Magic word? Oh, yes. You see, my brother and grandfather would play a word game with Lulu. I never understood how it was played, but they'd play for hours. Lulu would sometimes grow sullen and refuse to play the game anymore unless they told her that... Oh, what was it that they'd have to tell her? It's perched on the tip of my tongue. Ah, they had to tell Lulu that she was a very, very clever and beautiful bird.
Goodbye.
Run along.